talking once again about mask mandates and a big change today that you need to be aware about. The state education superintendent, Molly Spearman, says school districts can now issue mask mandates. How about that? This comes after a federal judge temporarily tossed out a budget proviso that bans schools from enforcing mask mandates. Spearman says that under the American Rescue Plans Act, the districts were required to explain how they were addressing each of the CDC's recommendations for mitigating the spread of COVID-19, including everybody wearing masks. Spearman says that districts that made the reference to the budget proviso as a rationale for not following the CDC's recommendations will need to revise their plans and do it immediately. The federal judge agreed with the plaintiff's argument that the proviso does in fact discriminate against students with disabilities and underlying health conditions. Spearman says that she strongly suggests school districts to consult with their legal counsel on steps that may need to be taken to make reasonable accommodations for students with disabilities under the federal law. Now, earlier today, Governor McMaster and the Attorney General Alan Wilson filed an appeal of this ruling. But the ruling has big implications for students and parents alike. News 19's Tai Wong went out to Kershaw County to see how that district plans to respond.
We're not going to get a handle on this coronavirus if we're not wearing this. So this is the key right here to get a hold of this coronavirus right here.
Shauna Fields is a Kershaw County parent. She says she supports the U.S. District Court's decision to block the ban on mask mandates in South Carolina schools.
It is important to help these kids that don't have a voice for them. So they don't have their own voice, so we're the voice for them, and this is their voice right here.
The court's decision means school districts can issue a mask mandate if they choose for now, until a higher court were to overrule the decision. Before Tuesday's ruling, districts were unable to mandate face coverings due to a state proviso that banned schools from enforcing a mask mandate. Districts would risk losing state funding if they violated the proviso.
If we want to use a mask mandate, it is now up to us to make that decision locally.
Dr. Shane Robbins is the superintendent for Kershaw County. He says he is excited to use all of the mitigation tools available to keep staff and students safe and healthy.
Without any preconceived notion, if that does mean in some locations that we have a short-term mask mandate, then we'll be able to do that now without any fear that it would financially place burden on the school district.
Dr. Robbins says he will work with the district's lawyers, nurses, and other parties to create an operating procedure going forward. He doesn't plan on enforcing a mask mandate for the whole district, but one could be considered for individual schools that have a large number of students out due to COVID.
Well, honestly, it's totally up to the court's decision, but I feel like it should still be a parent's choice, whether your child wears a mask or not.
One Kershaw parent who didn't want to go on camera thinks mask wearing should be a parental decision.
Parent's choice, no matter what. Just like the vaccine, it should be a parent's choice. It should be your God-given right as an American citizen to have a choice of if you wear a mask or if you don't wear a mask.
She says courts and government officials should not be able to tell parents what they should do with their children as far as mask wearing. Reporting in Kershaw County, Tai Wong, News 19 WLTX.